in the golden history of Pakistan cricket. There are some names that shine brightly under the spotlight, and some that remain quietly in the shadow, yet their contribution is no less than legendary. This is the story of Raees Mohammad, a man overshadowed not by failure, but by extraordinary brilliance within his own home. A man who carried the weight of the Muhammad name long before he became a symbol of cricketing greatness. A man who became the bridge between the early street cricket culture of Karachi and the emerging professional first-class cricket of Pakistan. While his brothers Wazir, Hanif, Mushtaq and Sadiq became icons, Raees carved out his own path with a classical right-hand technique, a keen cricketing mind, and an elegant approach to batting that many described as natural poetry. He became one of the earliest craftsmen of Pakistan's domestic cricket. This is not just a biography. This is the story of a legacy, a family, a forgotten hero, a chapter without which Pakistan cricket is incomplete. Pakistan cricket has produced many great families, but none as iconic as the Mohammed family. The father, Sheikh Ismail Mohammad, was a strict disciplinarian who believed that cricket wasn't just a sport, it was a way of character building. In their small house in Karachi, he built a pitch in the courtyard, and every day he trained his children relentlessly. From that house emerged Wazir Mohammad, elegant batsman; Hanif Mohammad, the little master; Mushtaq Mohammad, a future captain; Sadiq Mohammad, the left-handed stylist. And then there was Raees Mohammad. Raees was the calmest of them all. He wasn't loud, he wasn't attention-seeking, he wasn't chasing stardom. He simply loved the game. He grew up watching Hanifi practice until sunset, helping Mushtaq polish his technique, and bowling long spells to Sadiq. This was the laboratory where the future stars were being made. And Raees was always in the center of it. The Pakistan cricketing dynasty was forming, and Raees Mohammad was one of its earliest pillars. December 1949. Pakistan was only 2 years old. Cricket infrastructure was raw. Grounds were dusty, rough, uneven. But passion unmatched. At Karachi Gymkhana ground, a young Raees Mohammad walked in to face the powerful Commonwealth Shire team filled with seasoned international cricketers. This was no easy start. This was trial by fire. Raees showed maturity beyond his age. His balance, his footwork, his stroke selection, all impressed the selectors. He wasn't nervous. He wasn't overwhelmed. He belonged. Though the match didn't produce big scores for him, it marked the arrival of a dependable batsman, a cricketer who had the patience of a test opener and the touch of a natural stroke maker. Selectors noticed, the crowds noticed, and the Mohammad family smiled. Another torchbearer was emerging. Raees truly flourished between 1953 and 1955. This was the period that defines his cricketing identity. He wasn't playing like the younger brother of 4 great cricketers. He was playing like Raees Mohammad, a name of his own. In 2 seasons, he scored 603 runs, including a career-best 118 not out against Sindh, another century, 110 not out, in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy final, 8 half-centuries, 15 wickets in a single season. He was no longer a support act. He was now one of Karachi's most reliable batsmen, known for straight drives played with minimal effort, elegant leg lances, and a temperament perfectly suited for long innings. Coaches described him as mentally solid, technically pure, and naturally gifted. His bowling also matured. A clever leg spinner, with flight and deception. He could break partnerships when needed. And then came the moment of pride. He was named 12th man for Pakistan's historic first-ever home test, Dacha Test versus India, 1954 sampai 55. It was an honor. It was recognition. It was validation that Raees belonged to the highest level, even though he didn't debut. His name entered history that day. But cricket is rarely a straight road. From 1955 to 1958, Raees played 9 matches, but the performances dipped. Averages fell, opportunities reduced. Part of the reason was competition. Pakistan's middle order in the 1950s was incredibly strong. Another reason, overshadowing. When your brothers are legends, when the world compares you every day, your own achievements often get buried. Raees wasn't failing. He was simply underappreciated. From 1959 to 1962, he played limited matches, scored important runs including a fighting 73 in the Quaid-e-Azam Trophy semi-final, but consistency was interrupted by fewer opportunities. Still, he remained disciplined. Still, he remained committed. Still, he remained a student of the game. His spirit never wavered. 1962-63 season, Raees made one final push. In 5 matches, he scored 192 runs, including a half-century, with an average above 27. He proved he still had it, the technique, the temperament, the patience. But times were changing. New players were emerging. Pakistan cricket was entering a new era, and Raees, gracefully, quietly, stepped away from first-class cricket. He retired with 1,344 runs, average 32.78. 2 centuries, the Lapan, 50s, 33 wickets, 21 catches. Modest but deeply respectable. Numbers don't always reveal the impact, and in his case, they certainly don't. Raees Mohammad was not merely a cricketer. He was a teacher in the family, a guiding force, a stabilizing presence. His nephew Shoaib Mohammad, a test cricketer, often credited Raees for his early mentoring. His son Asif Mohammad continued the legacy in first class and Lister cricket. Through these hands, through this family, Raees's cricketing flame kept burning. On the 14th of February 2022, at the age of 89, Raees Mohammad passed away in Karachi. His departure was quiet, just like his personality, just like his cricket. But his contribution, timeless. He was part of Pakistan cricket when it had nothing. No academies, no facilities, no resources. Yet he and his family built a foundation strong enough to last generations. He may not have played a test. He may not have become a superstar. But he was one of the architects, a silent architect, of Pakistan cricket's earliest identity. In the story of the Mohammad dynasty, in the story of Pakistan's cricketing rise, the chapter of Raees Mohammad can never be forgotten.